Hello, my name is Maya, and today we will be focusing on some spinal inversions and extensions, as well as some arm and core balancing techniques. So buckle up, we're going to get right into it. I'd like to start with some standing heating breath so we can begin in mountain pose, Tadasana. Make sure the four corners of your feet are rooted down into the mat. Shine the palms forward. Now we're going to lace the fingers underneath the chin and bring the elbows together. Now, when we inhale, we can open up the arms, maybe tilt the gaze up. Inhale through the nose. When you exhale, exhale through the mouth. Bring the elbows together. So we'll try that a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. You can see why it's called standing heating breath. You're really creating a lot of heat on that exhale there. Let's do it a few more times. Warming up the body. It's beautiful pranayama practice. Now returning back to mountain pose, we can come into our mantra for this class and what we want to get out of it. For today's class, I think a wonderful mantra would be, I am strong, or I am confident. We're really going to be accessing the strength of the upper body today. So really feel that strength coming into your body during these poses in this class. So we can find a comfortable seated position. Make sure our sits bones are rooted down into the ground. Hello. Take a moment here to center yourself. Find some stillness. When you're ready, on an exhale, drop the chin to chest. On an inhale, we're going to roll the neck over to the right side, making sure those shoulders are peeled down away from the ears, not scrunched up. Inhale over to the other side. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the right. Exhale back to center. Inhale over to the right again, or to the left, excuse me. Back down to center. Inhale, lift the gaze. Lengthen through the back body, lengthen through the crown of the head. We're going to sweep the arms up. Bring into prayer hands and bring it down through heart center. Inhale, arms back up. Come out wide to cactus arms. Feel that nice stretch in the shoulders and the arms, the pecs. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down through heart center. One more time for cactus arms. Inhale, up overhead. Bring those arms out wide. And dance a little here, bend one way or another if you feel that's in your practice. Exhale back through heart center. Now we're going to come up to tabletop. Make sure your hands are underneath the shoulders here, and knees are about hips width apart and right under the hips. I'm going to inhale, drop the belly, raise the gaze and the tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, push the ground away, round through the back. Move through several of these cat-cows at your own pace, moving with your own breath. It's a great way to warm up the spine. Now up. Exhale, round through the back. Now returning to a flat back, you're going to take the right arm, peel it up overhead, gaze at those fingertips, and thread that arm through the opening created by your other arm. Here you can have the hand by your face, extend it out in front of you, maybe even reach back and take a bind, hooking that hand on that thigh. Put the hand back by the face, exhale to lift up, back into tabletop. I'll do the other side, so peel that left arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread it through. Again, hand by the face, extend it overhead, maybe even take a bind behind the back. Wherever you're at, place that hand back by the side of the face. Exhale, push up, back into tabletop. And then widen the knees out, bring the big toes together, push back to child's pose. Here you can rest the forehead down on the mat. Inhale, back up to tabletop, adjust those knees. Then we're going to, we're going to push ourselves up and back so you can curl those toes under. Backwards into down dog. Lift those hips up to the sky. You can pedal out those feet. Get a nice stretch through the calf, the ankles. Inhale, walk, hop, or jump both feet up towards the front of the mat. Inhale all the way up to standing. Prayer hands down through heart center. Exhale, swan dive into forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows here. You can let the head hang. Maybe shake some gentle yeses and nos. Inhale to flat back, half forward fold. Place the hands on the shins. Exhale, back down to forward fold. For advanced yogis, you can maybe reach the arms and grab the backs of the calves here, backs of the ankles. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, down to forward fold. Place those hands on the ground. Step one foot back, then the other. Gonna come into a high plank, forelimb staff pose. Lower down through chaturanga. Lift the chest up. In cobra pose, great back bend. Can also, if you're feeling it, kick up one leg, the other leg, maybe both. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Walk out those feet. Now step the right foot forward in between those hands. We're going to pivot the back left foot slightly, about 45 degrees, and then rise up to our warrior pose. And open to the left. And pivot the hips just a little bit. Bring the arms out wide to the sides. Gaze can be to the side that you're turning towards. It's a great pose for realizing our strength, for tapping into our inner warrior. Now bend the right forearm, rest it on the bent front leg, and then swing that other arm up and overhead. Exhale, back up. And then you can lean back, placing your back hand on your back leg. Reach that front arm up overhead, creating a nice little back bend here. Exhale, back up. Inhale. You can place your hand on the inside of that foot, straighten the knee. If this is too much for you, feel free to use a block on any setting that's comfortable for you. We're going to do triangle pose, so reach that arm up to the sky. And gaze at those top fingertips. That's comfortable on the neck. Exhale, back up to standing. Now bring that arm forward. Move the block if you're using one. And place the hands framing that front foot. Bring that foot back onto a high plank, lower down. Your chaturanga. Come into cobra. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Pedal those feet out. Inhale, step the left foot up between the hands. Pivot that right back foot about 45 degrees. Rise up. We'll open to this side, open to the right. So we'll twist our hips just a little bit. Gaze the direction that our chest is open towards. Arms nice and strong, open wide. Exhale, bend that forearm, you can rest it on this bent front knee. Sweep the arm up and over. Nice side body stretch here. Exhale, back up. Lean back, reclining warrior. Inhale, back up. And then again, if you'd like a block for triangle, place one in front of that foot. Place the hand on the block, straighten that front leg, reach up. Exhale. You can move that block. Come back up to standing. Frame the hands. Step that foot back. Down dog. Now step or hop or jump both feet up towards the front of the mat. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Back down through heart center. Now we're going to focus on some balancing poses. So let's come into Tadasana, front of the mat, wherever you'd like. Start bringing more of your weight onto your left foot. And we're going to pick up the heel of the right foot. If you'd like, you can come into prayer hands at heart center. That gives you a little more focus on your balance. Here in tree pose, you can keep the foot on the ground and just lift up the heel. You can bring it to the inside of the calf, or you can bring it up to the inside of the thigh. Just make sure you don't press it against that knee. That can cause too much pressure put there right on that joint. So wherever you feel most comfortable. And reminder, both sides may not be the same. Every day may be different for you and your balance. Ooh. You fall out of it, you can get right back in. Find your drishti, your focal point, some object near you that is not moving. Now you can pivot and point the front knee in front of you and flex the toes. See if you can bring that foot out straight. Excellent job. Now bend that knee again, sending it back. You can do airplane arms here. Remember to keep focusing on your drishti. Exhale, bring it back down. Great job. Shake out the legs, shake out the arms. And we'll do the other side. So plant your right foot. Bring up the heel of the left. Maybe it just goes onto the ankle. Maybe a little bit higher. Maybe up near the thigh more. Prayer hands through heart center. Focus on your drishti. Bring that right knee forward, flex the foot, straighten it out towards the front. Then we'll pivot, bring that back leg out behind you. If you want to do airplane arms here, you can. Great balance pose. Right, come back to center. Now we're going to work on chair pose. You're going to want to inhale, exhale, sit down like you're sitting in a chair. Want to make sure that you're not putting all of your weight in the front of your foot and on your toes. So if it helps, you can lift the toes up off the mat. You can even try to tilt your weight into the outside sides of the foot. That'll engage the glutes a bit more in this position. Hold it for a while. You're doing wonderful. Exhale, come back up. few breaths here, just standing in mountain pose. We'll return back to chair pose, Uttanasana. Exhale, sit back down in the chair. Inhale, back up to standing. Now we're going to do some prayer. Now we'll work through some postures that will prepare us for our main poses and our peak poses this evening. So I'm going to come into sitting on the mat. Going to roll down gently onto the back, tuck the pelvis under slightly. We're going to do hands down on the mat, maybe walk the feet a little bit closer into the body. Palms flat on the mat. Inhale, and on an exhale, we're going to lift up into bridge. You can kind of roll your shoulders under your body a bit more. Or hold this posture. Again, here, if you try to shift your weight slightly to the outside edges of the feet, you can engage your glutes a bit more. Exhale, release. Inhale, back up. Make sure you keep a tight core here. Want to keep your gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, release back down. One more time. Inhale, and on an exhale, lift up. Make sure as you're holding this pose, you keep breathing, return to your breath, return to your mantra. You are strong, you are powerful, you're confident and capable of anything. Your body supports you. Release back down. You can hug each leg in, maybe roll out on the back a little bit, give your low back a little massage here. Now we can straighten one leg, straighten the other. If you feel more comfortable, you can do this against a wall. And flex, point the toes, roll out the toes, roll out the ankles. And then place the hands back down on either side. And exhale, we're gonna bring our feet overhead. If you need, you can place a block under where your toes might hit, or if you're more advanced, you can try to bring the toes all the way to the ground. Now we're gonna put the hands on the low back. Try to bring yourself up onto your elbow points. So you're resting more on, or sorry, not your elbows, your shoulder points. Resting more on your shoulders here. Try to keep your arms no farther apart than your shoulders. And then see if you can lift one leg and the other. A supported shoulder stand. Hold here and keep breathing. Again, if this is too much for you, feel free to lessen the load by going up against a wall. Try to straighten through the body. Tight core here. Keep the neck and gaze up toward the sky. Don't turn the head here. See if you can get a little more lift. Keep breathing. Doing amazing. Remember your mantra, I am strong. Exhale, you can bring the feet back overhead. Gently roll back down to a flat back. And hug one knee in, hug the other knee. Roll on the lower back. Give yourself a little massage. You did an amazing job here. I'd like to remind you that inversions like that may not be safe for somebody with uncontrolled blood pressure, anybody with migraines, so just take caution, listen to your doctor. Straighten those legs one more time, flex and point the toes. I'm going to do it one more time. So lift feet overhead, plow pose. Bring the hands onto the low back. Try to lift one leg, then the other leg. This is excellent pose for lymph drainage. Usually gravity is pulling down on us constantly, and this is a great way to combat that. Hello. Keep your breathing steady. Exhale. Bring those feet back down overhead. Hands to the mat. Slowly roll back down. Hug those knees in. Did a wonderful job. Maybe grab the inside or the outsides of the feet and come into happy baby. Now release those legs down. Tuck the pelvis slightly. Bring up one leg, hug it into the chest, and then it's the right leg, so take the left hand, pull it across your body. Right hand can be extended out. You can gaze toward that extended arm. Inhale, back up. Release that leg. Bring the other one in. Twist through the spine. Hug that leg back in and release it down. Now we'll come back up to sitting. And then we'll come into tabletop. So inhale. Lift the gaze, drop the belly. Exhale, push the ground away, round through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, push the ground away. Come back to a flat back. From here, we're actually gonna come up onto the knees. Now work on camel posture. So if you can lean back, maybe you just rest the fingers on the ankle. Maybe you can grab the ankle. Maybe if you want to block next to the leg instead, totally up to you. Grab one ankle, reach the other arm up overhead. Exhale, come up. Inhale and exhale, back down on the other side. Inhale, back up. And then do both at a time. So exhale, grabbing both ankles, lift the chest up towards the sky. Don't let your head hang. Try to keep it in line with the rest of the spine here. Keep breathing. Exhale, lift back up. Come back into tabletop. Tuck the toes. And we'll lift back and up to downward facing dog. Pedal through those feet. Step the right foot up in between those hands. Pivot the back foot about 45 degrees. Rise up. Open to the side. Bring the gaze towards those front fingertips. Bend the arm. Rest it on the bent leg. Reach up overhead. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, bring the hand down by the front foot, straighten through that front leg. Reach up, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Place both hands back on the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet. Inhale, step the left leg up. Pivot the right foot 45. Inhale, warrior. Bend through that front arm. Reach up overhead. Breathe into that side body. Take it back. And bring that arm down by the front foot. Straighten through that leg. Bring that other arm up. Frame that front foot with the hands. Step back to downward facing dog. Now from here, so I gotta move my mat just a little. From down dog, we can start to walk the feet up towards the hands. Try to put more of your weight on the hands than the feet here. If you want a couple blocks underneath the hands for this pose, that might be beneficial to you. Or if you'd like a block back by the feet, you can do that as well. We're gonna come into crow pose or crane pose. So bend the elbows at about 90 degrees, maybe a little less. Gonna rest the shins on the tops of the arms here. And again, if you'd like, you can come up on a block with the toes first. So you can kind of practice where your balance point will be in this one. Ooh, I lost my balance already. Okay. We're gonna bend the arms, bring the weight more onto the hands or the wrists. If having your hands spread and palms down is too much pressure on the wrist, you can try to do it on the fists. You can like bring your fists as the main point instead of your palms. But you're gonna bend the arms, rest those legs on those arms. And if you can just get up for just a couple of seconds and come back down, that's okay. But we're gonna try to hold all of our weight with our hands here. This takes a lot of balance and practice. I'm gonna come off the block, see if that helps me a little. Just hold there, keep breathing. If you gotta touch your toes and come back, that's okay. Okay, you should be on the mat near the hands. You gotta rock back and forth, find your point, that's okay too. So once you've come back down onto the balls of the feet, you can bring the knees down to the mat. You're gonna stretch out those wrists that just did a lot of work. So you can roll them. We're gonna take some big circles with the body here. So exhale back, bring it around to the right side, inhale forward, exhale back, bring it around. We'll take it the other direction. Then when you return to flat back, you're gonna take the knees out wide, toes together, child's pose. Now walk the hands back in, bring the knees back together. We're going to take just a gentle sitting twist here. So you can twist, place the right leg on the outside of that left knee. And every inhale, lengthen through the spine. And every exhale, see if you can find just a little bit of a deeper twist. Exhale back to center. Inhale up, exhale twist. And gaze over that back shoulder. Turn to center. Now we can sit with our legs out in front of us. Bend and flex through the toes. Maybe you want to inhale, take some cactus arms. Stretch out those shoulders. Roll through those wrists. We're going to bend the left leg in so that the foot is touching the thigh. And bring the right hand on the inside of that right leg. Reach up and over. It's a nice side stretch. Turn to sitting. We'll switch the legs. Bring the right one into the inside of the left thigh. Left hand down by the left ankle. Inhale up and over. Exhale, back up. Bring the both feet out in front of you. Walk the hands down toward the feet. Push straight back on an inhale. The exhale, you can round through the spine, dropping the head. Inhale, walk the hands back up. Now we can lay down on our backs here. You can lift the chest up, coming up onto the forearms. Exhale back down. Inhale, bring those feet close to the body as you can. Hands down on the mat. Push up, bridge. Exhale, release. Inhale, grab those knees, hug them close. And drop one, hug that one close, flex it up towards the sky. Release, back down. Do that with the left leg, hug it in. Straighten up toward the sky, flex and point the toes. And drop it back down. So from here, I'm going to do some side stretches. So bring the arms up overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Stretch all the way through the full body. Bring palms together. Bring both feet over to the left side, left corner of the mat, and the hands over to the left corner as well. So we're forming like this kind of crescent moon shape with our bodies. Breathe here for a moment. Return to center, take it to the other side. So over to the right, corners of the mat. back to center. Exhale, bring the arms back down to the sides. And pull the knees up towards, towards our bodies. Place the palms down in bridge pose. So on an exhale, lift the pelvis up. Maybe try to roll the shoulders under the body just a little bit more. Also, try to put that weight more on the outer corners of the feet, not on the toes. Engage the glutes a bit more in this posture. Exhale back down. Inhale up. The flat, engaged core here. Remember your mantra. You are strong. Exhale back down. Hug those knees in. Take a happy baby. This is one of my favorite poses. Now bring the feet back down to the mat. You can bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees float out to the sides. Butterfly. If this is uncomfortable for you, you have the option to bring the knees together and the feet out wide. Wherever you are, bring the feet back in and drop one, then the other. And lay comfortably on your back, tuck your pelvis just a little bit, roll the shoulders down and back. Do palms up for receiving or palms down for grounding. As we come into our final posture, Shavasana. As you're lying comfortably, fully supported by the mat beneath you and the earth beneath the mat, you can close your eyes, return to your breath. Slow your breathing, taking deeper inhales and longer exhales. Release the muscles in the toes, in the feet, in the calves and the thighs. Release the muscles in your core, in your upper body, your shoulders, arms, and hands. Let the head feel heavy against the ground. Release your tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relax your jaw. Come back to this present moment here. Remind yourself that you are strong. Take several moments here to silently relax, to absorb all of the wonderful benefits of this practice today. Thank yourself for making time to come to the mat today, taking this time to treat your body well. Whenever you are ready, you can roll on to your favorite side and take fetal position for a moment. And slowly push up back into a comfortable seated position. Going to inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Bring them out wide one more time for cactus arms. Maybe let those wrists roll their way down. Bring the chin to chest, over to the right, down, and over to the left, back down, inhale up. Bringing more awareness back to our bodies, deepening the breath, opening the eyes and bringing our awareness back to right here. Inhale, reach the arms up one more time. Prayer hands down through heart center. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope every day is filled with so much peace. I hope you are reminded of your strength, and namaste. Thank you so much.